vibrant cultural sites, yet the costs often seem overwhelming. But with Visit Tanzania for Less, exploring this East African gem on a budget is not only possible, but incredibly rewarding. Whether you're a solo backpacker, a volunteer, or just a budget-conscious traveler, we provide valuable insights and resources to make your journey unforgettable without breaking the bank. Book your trip now with just a $300 deposit and flexible monthly payments until your travel date. For more travel inspiration and tips, follow us on Instagram or visit us at visittanzaniaforless.com. Visit Tanzania for Less, your dream adventure within reach.
What's something people don't know about community impact? A simple donation can transport kids to the heart of Ghana, opening a world of possibilities. Since 2017, thanks to 103.7, The Beat and community supporters like you, dozens of kids have embarked on a journey of a lifetime to Ghana. This isn't just any trip. It's filled with learning, adventure, and joy. These kids are diving into a culture rich in tradition. They're learning about the world beyond their textbooks. This program educates and connects communities, building bridges. Your support can light up a child's life. It's an exploration of potential and a celebration of new friendships. Donate today at kidsfreetriptoafrica.com. Every donation matters. Please donate today at kidsfreetriptoafrica.com. Thank you.
All right, beautiful people, inside the Driver 5, we're live in our secondary studio here at the Maids and Wright Media Center. Big Rob is in the building, inside the Driver 5. What's happening, brother?
Oh, I'm great, sir. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. And live on radio, also live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. In the studio, young pastor here in Muskegon. They're going to be calling him Dr. McCloud in a minute, but Reverend McCloud, Pastor McCloud's in the building. How you doing today, sir?
Oh, I'm good. I'm doing good. Doing good. Blessed.
You're looking like money over there. You're looking good.
Looking like money.
So, no, you are pastor of Love City?
Yes, sir. Yep, Love City Church.
Where's that at?
It's right by Muskegon Middle. It's 1084 Allen Avenue.
Former Pastor Williams Church?
Yes. Yeah. Former Pastor
Oh.
Williams Church. Yeah. The old Unquenchable Fire Ministry Church.
I know where that's at now. Okay. Wow. How long you been there?
So we've been there since 2018. Yep, 2018 at that location. So yes.
And how long you been preaching?
I've been preaching going on 19 years. Yep, 19 years this year. So, and I've been pastoring the church. We started church in 2012, and I've been pastoring ever since. So about 12 years, going on 12 years.
Wow, Rob, how do you feel? You've been knowing this young man for a long time, man.
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm proud of him. You know, I remember we was at the other location, and my son going over there had me drop him off to the church service and stuff like that. So yeah, he's been pastoring a long time.
Well, you did a mental health event over the weekend. Talk to Muskegon about why you chose to bring in mental health professionals to the church, and what was your thoughts on everything?
Well, originally we at our church, what we tend to do is kind of go through a season like every other month, or depending on just on the teaching series. And so one day I just woke up out my sleep, and I just had this, I really believe God was speaking to me about just dealing with mental health. And now what's crazy is that I didn't even know that it was Mental Health Awareness Month at all.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it until last night either.
Yeah. At all. So I woke up and was like, I just wanted to writing some stuff down. And all of a sudden, when I wrote it down, I ended up just getting this this idea and finding out it was mental health awareness. And I just it was on a Sunday morning, and I just told our church, I said, this is the last I'm teaching this, and we're just gonna dive right into talking about mental health. And it just kind of went from there. So I say it's impromptu. And so we just decided to, as I was just going through some teaching, I connected with another pastor, lady in the church, in the city. Our name is Kendria Armstrong Andrews. So I connected with her because I knew that she's a licensed therapist. And so I said, okay, hey, how about we get together? And all of a sudden, what was an idea bloomed into this big old Let's Talk event, which ended up being successful. So it was amazing, I would say.
Well, in the studio, Muskegon, Pastor Kevin McCloud Jr. We're talking about mental health inside the church. I don't know if you're aware of David Davis Jr. also did an event over the weekend at a barbershop, a mental health event. Yeah. And then his was highly attended. And then your event was greatly attended. How do you feel about the inroads we might be making with mental health?
I feel that this is, honestly, I feel that this is a necessity for us. And I believe that we're going to continue to plow into this, even throughout this month of teaching and dealing with mental health, and just studying it, finding out that it's very vital and important. And I think that the objective, by even me just finding out that he had David Davis end up having an event, which was amazing.
Right.
I think his was, from what I've seen, was very successful. And us just merging together, I believe the overall goal is just to really bring more mental health for us, a better stable mind, I would say, for our community. I think it's just so important. Instead of us trying to patch up the symptoms, let's really deal with some problems. So
I tell you what look good, Rob and pastors, looking at this flyer. All this black magic on the flyer. Got you up here, the host pastor. Then we got you had Jay Robinson, Melanie Knox, Horace Lattimore, Nakia Cooper, Vicky Murphy Sanders. We went to Holy Trinity together, and Kendria Armstrong Andrews. All of these people from Muskegon?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, all of them from here.
Do you know that, Rob?
Mm-mm.
Every single one of them are from Muskegon.
In the mental health field.
Yes.
Wow. Spectacular. Yes. Go ahead, Rob. Shoot some questions out, brother. You know me. I keep going, man.
What made you actually want to do something? Because mental health in our community, in the Black community, is tough to even talk about. Yeah. Did you think about that when you brought this message or did this event?
Yes. I'm much highly aware of that. I believe, even just researching is, when it comes to mental health, about 25% of African Americans actually take the opportunity to try to get help, but which is a big, you can tell that 75% of us we really don't get engaged into that. And I grew up in a Black home that you don't tell the secrets,
Right.
You don't tell
right.
everything. And so I think the idea of really coming into this to really try to break up the fallow grounds. I really think, honestly, that this event was more so a starter. That was my heart's desire. It's more of an awareness, to really just open up and show that there is opportunity for us to be more, more healthy than anything. I mean, I was shared something. I said, you can be healthy physically. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're not healthy in your mind, then that's a detriment to you and to your future. And so that really was the pushing. I knew that how we are, but I believe it was so important that we still, because we still needed to really dive into it and try to push and break it up, so we can try to show that our people, show the community that there is more opportunity for us to be better. We need to be more healthy. So
mentally.
Yeah, mentally.
How do you tie mental health to the Bible and to religion?
I think it's very important. I mean, us tying scripturally, when in Genesis, he tells us we're made in the image of God. Okay, so we're made in the image. You study and realize that, I say a triune being, which means we believe that we have a spirit, soul, and a body. Okay, so therefore our soul houses our mind. So anything that comes to, I would say, I use a great example. I truly believe that that Jesus miracles that he done in the earth were significant. Okay. Because a lot of times we look at all the miracles that he has ever done. But I realized in studying that the miracles that he has done were entirely connected to the need of the people. And so I say that if he did not meet the need of the people, then the word could not be received as necessary. So when I say tying it to the Bible, I believe that our mind plays a whole part to us understanding and us connecting with God. I truly believe that without having a stability in our mindset and being stable in our mind, we would not be able to truly live the life that we need. I mean, just think about it. We talk about the Bible in so many ways, but a lot of people can't truly get past it if we hurt here. You know, like you're telling me I'm supposed to be healed, but I don't understand it, you know, and I deal with a lot of things in my own mind. And so I think that's a big piece about having mental health. You know, he tells us, you know, that we double-minded man is unstable. You know, what does that mean? It means that, you know, we're living this different lives in the battle and the warfare that goes on in our mind. If we're not healed there, then we won't be able to walk out and live out the, you know, the word. And so, yes, it plays a big part, a huge part.
Going to our board, Jennifer Ross said, a subject that needs to be discussed often and openly.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, isn't it? The open subject to let some of these secrets from your past. You leave yourself very vulnerable,
Right?
You know, because and none of us sitting at this table is perfect. We all got problems we're working on. No, I've worked on, continue to work on. It's hard to let that out there, isn't it?
It is. It's very hard to let it out. I think it's very hard. People have trusted. Some people have tried to trust, and that has been played on and manipulated and taken advantage of. And so I think it's so important. One thing that I was big on, and we've been sharing, is especially in the church per se, you know, that we need to create safe places for people to be honest. You know, everybody's not perfect. I think we want people to do so many different things, like be productive, but not, you know, understand that I can't be this person that without dealing with my problem, dealing with the things that I battle with. And so I think that it is so important that we create safe places, you know, honest and safe places. So
Talk to us OGs like me and Big Rob. I know we discipline different, we parent different. You know, we tell our kids to suck it up, you know, tighten up, you know, man up, quit crying like a baby.
Yeah.
Y'all weak, y'all soft. This generation is soft. Are we wrong, man? Be honest with it. Just kick it real. Are we wrong for that?
no,
You tell us now. Go ahead, Rev.
that's fine.
Yeah, you telling me now, my kids grown. They done had to endure the beatings already.
I didn't see some stuff. But I would say that I don't think that you know the parenting was wrong. I just think that overall there was more to it. This generation is much different. I would honestly say I'm young. I'm a millennial, but at the same time, I realized like I had older parents, so the life that I live and grew up is I was able to handle that. And so I realized having kids of my own, the importance of actually understanding where they are, because they're seeing a whole different world than we are. You know, they're dealing with a lot of different battles than we have at their age, even down to I have elementary children and they battle with a lot. And so understanding the importance of like really knowing the more in the culture they live in, you know, and what they're exposed to. And so I say all that to say is no, I don't think it was necessarily a wrong thing. I just think that, you know, of course we could have learned and actually opened up and built. But I think that the generation we live in now is we got to be more patient. We got to be more focused. And we got to understand. That's a big piece, understanding. So.
Wow, Pastor McCloud, man, I love the vibes. I love your articulation. I love what you're saying. Are you finding that more people are coming, more younger folks are coming to your church?
Yes.
Feel like they connect with you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you got this hip hop-ish little Philly vibe. You know what I mean? If we can go to the board, if our producer could take us to the board, we got some comments there. I want to make sure we get out. I know Ebony Davis has chimed in. It was true. It truly is. I was just speaking with a fellow classmate about doing this with teens. I hope you do it, Jim and I. This conversation needs to be everywhere, right?
Yeah, it does. Everywhere.
Jennifer Ross said it is hard to leave it out there, but you feel so much better. So is it a relief when you get it off, when you get it off your chest? Rob, you have opened up about things in your past and that you kind of like kept bubbled up for a while.
Mm-hmm.
How was it for you when you was able, you told me in conversation, said I don't put it out there. They can't hurt me now.
Right. Right. I mean,
How did that feel?
I mean, it feels good, but you know, still internally, I still have to deal with those demons. You know, it feels good to be able to put a lot of things out there that I kept bottled up, kept to myself. You know, I remember some 20 years ago, you was like, dude, you gotta smile. Y'all, your face always crunched up. You know, you always looking mad and stuff, and you not knowing, you know, those years ago more stuff that you know now.
Right.
So I hope that brought some understanding as to why I looked and didn't say and didn't do certain things. Because I had to deal with a lot of stuff that I'm still dealing with. I'm 56 years old now,
Right.
you know, and I'm still dealing with it. But once you deal with it, you're able to talk about it. Not that it's gone,
Right.
but you're able to talk about it.
Shauna Speaks Online says, thank you, Kevin, for speaking honestly. Seeing this is right on time for me. Thank you, Shauna, who I understand has a nice podcast online. Ebony Davis, Gemini, this is a conversation that is needed because the level of grief our kids are trying to digest is disturbing. The ACEs test. I don't know if you're familiar with the ACEs test or not, but we had talked about the ACEs test.
Mhm.
Oh my God, you get that to your kids and you see how high they test based on adversity they have seen at a young age. And I know Rob, no, well, you went to school in Detroit and Muskegon, but mostly Detroit. But here in Muskegon, when I was in school, I don't think I know anybody that got shot or killed in high school.
Right.
Now these kids know multiple people that they know or close with shot and killed. I can go over to Africa right now, go to Tanzania, ask my business partner, do he know anybody that's been shot and killed? He'll say zero. So that alone is adding some stressors to your life, because that's not normal.
Right.
But we have normalized that type of behavior. If you got any questions for Pastor McCloud, you can type them in. Any comments for Pastor McCloud? Are you planning on following up?
Yes. My goal, honestly, my goal is to, and I share with our church, is like every quarter to have something on mental health awareness, building a community within our church, and actually getting people understanding how to have conversation, how to, identify if, we need to have a conversation, when you get, connected to a therapist. I think it's so important that, and my hope and desire is that our church would be a model of being able to be more connected in this way with our community. I think that is really important and it's needed. So that's my goal, is to have another follow-up session. I'm just kind of building that over time. So yeah, that's my goal.
Wow. You like preaching, man?
Well, do I like preaching?
You like preaching, man? Is that, because I know it
yeah.
can be stressful at times.
Yes, it can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how long you been preaching again?
Yeah, 19 years. Going on 19
So
years.
you started when you wasn't even an adult then?
No.
Wow.
No.
Did you see it in him, Rob? You've been knowing him for a long time.
Oh yeah, you could definitely see it in him. I mean, he walked different. He talked different. He wasn't with, oh, these are the inroads and these are the in people. So I want to be popular. I want to, tote this and do that and get people to like me type of, you don't do that. I told my youngest son recently, I said, your high school friends usually ain't your adult friends.
That's true.
Yeah. Y'all grow.
It's real.
We got an online question. Shauna Speaks, and also Jennifer Ross had this question. Pastor McCloud, where is your church located?
It's located by the old Muskegon Middle School. It's 1084 Allen Avenue. It's right downtown, right off Apple. It's on the corner of Oak Grove and Allen Street. So it's easy to, as long as you know where Muskegon Middle School is at, you'll be able to find it.
Or still.
Yeah, still, yes.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that.
Right.
Still middle school.
Still middle school. So
I'm gonna ask you about miracles. I've seen it in my life, but is the Creator still doing miracles? Or there's no more miracles now? Because some people have given up faith on miracles and blessings. They totally counted God out. Like, there's no God. Can't be no God if we're going through all this. Can you talk about that?
yeah, I truly believe that that miracles still exist. I believe that we have deduced miracles to just one-sided things of blinded eyes being open and healing. I truly believe that miracles is also can be mental. I really believe that God can restore our minds. I truly believe that with all my heart, that miracles still do exist. I do believe that there's a measure of I would say faith that goes into that, because I was sharing with our people that the church, I said there's a difference between hope, having hope, because a lot of times we say, hey, we have hope, we have faith, but it's really hope because that's a desire for something. But to have faith is it's a knowing, it's a stance of just beyond belief. It is an act that I truly believe that God performs in our life. So yes, I believe miracles still exist. I still believe that with all my heart. Yeah, I think it's important that we recognize it beyond just one thing. I believe that looking at miracles is a great thing. Like, great example, my grandfather, he had cancer and they literally gave him months to live, but
Right.
his heart and his desire lived well beyond that. And sometimes we look like, okay, well, the miracle, God didn't heal him. I said, well, and the truth be told, I mean, I've seen people and I've known people that died in the time frame that someone spoke, but God allowed him, and in that time, used him to really bring our family back together, and to heal us. And so I look at that like as a miracle. So yeah.
So the key is believing.
Yes.
You got to believe that it exists.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen it. I could never turn my back on God, on the Creator. I could never turn my back on because I've seen it. I'd be foolish to not say there is a God.
Yes.
And but some people they might not have that faith, and I wanted you to speak to those people that are doubting that existed, because I do believe that's kind of like the key, one of the key elements to having a strong mental health.
Yes. I believe that one of the things is, just like, and I say this, just like we are willing to try, things again in life, I believe it's so important to try again and to get back up, because I've been at a point in my life where it was a challenge in my own walk with God. There are things I prayed for that did not come to pass. There are things that I hoped for that did not come, into fruition. But the thing that got me up is realizing that even beyond the things that I desire and I want, there's still something within my heart believing that there is someone that's watching over me. There's a plan for my life. There is a future and a hope for my life. And I think that what a lot of us get to is when we feel like there is no God, that really a part of me. This is what I believe. This is what I believe, is that there's a loss of purpose. We all are searching for a sense of purpose and existing to why we are here in this world. And I think that's a piece that we fail and miss. And so we often connect that with our relationship with God. And so I say that once we find a place to get healed, and learning to overcome that barrier, and learning to find our way and identifying that God has always been with us, I believe there's a way that we can heal from that, so we could trust and have faith. But it's a journey. I mean, it's a journey. It's never an easy thing. I think it takes time. I think it's a thing that we must be consistent and committed to. But yes, I truly believe that there is a way out. So
WVSLP 1037 Muskegon Heights, Pastor Kevin McCloud Jr. is in the studio. Going to the board, Minister Yvette Lee said, just tuned in. Is there a place that our young men can go or call? Do you have a place? Do you
Yes.
know? I mean, I know they can come to your church. And then-
I was gonna say,
yeah.
they definitely come to the church for sure. That's the reference that she is referring to. But I truly believe that that's one thing. My sister reminded me, and I say this. My sister reminded me today of something that I got, and we had got as a word years ago about building a community center pertaining to what we're dealing with. Something, and so I say that. Ultimately, right now, that's my goal. If we're talking about the mental health, I believe that that's the point. That's the focus I want to build as a community, not just me, but partner with individuals here. If we're referring to mental health and things like that, but if we're referring to a church,
Right.
Then I would say that 1084 Allen Avenue.
There you go.
Michigan.
Holla at him. We got a few more comments before we go. Unless you got a question, Rob. We got a few more comments before we go. Going back to the board. Dr. Shaq Anthony, man, says, my brother, keep plowing and making a difference. Shaq is doing his thing too.
Yes, he is.
Man,
yes,
y'all generation, y'all dope, man. Y'all well, you guys, Shaq, you, Dave, and I don't want to get it's a bunch of names. We get a chance to interview a lot of this younger generation. And I think y'all gonna go and do some marvelous thing, are doing some marvelous thing. I don't know if we talked about mental health enough when we was in our 30s and 20s. I think we was struggling, dealing with some other issues and trying to deal with the crack cocaine in the neighborhood and all that. You guys are able to now to pull back the pages and pull back these hidden covers and stuff. And it's great.
Yes.
I got a few more comments. Yvette Lee, I believe in miracles. I am a walking, living, breathing miracle. Believe. Amen. Amen, sister.
Amen to that. That's real.
Also, Yvette Lee said mental health. Thank you. Thank you. If you're watching this online, like this video and share it. Share this video and make sure you check out Pastor McCloud Church. We got Dr. Shaq said it's time to have the conversation about connecting between mental health and faith. For so long, we have created a disconnection between the two. When they are interconnected, we need both to be well, to be whole, and to be our best selves.
That's good.
Dr. Shaq Anthony, that's right. Shauna Speaks said, I created a mental support group called A Friend and Me. I want to create a Christian one next. Go, Shauna. That's what I'm talking about, sister. Let us know.
That's how we do it.
We want to get you on the show. We want to get you on the spot right here where we at. I think that might be all our comments before we go. Anything else you want to say to Muskegon?
Yeah, time to heal. It's time to heal. It's time to rise up. I really believe that this is just a start. I believe this is just the beginning of what's to come for Muskegon. And I'm excited. I've been here, born and raised in Muskegon. Well, was born at Hackley Hospital before it became the new Charlie Hackley Middle School. So
it's a spiritual for you when you go there, right?
Yeah. So I'm definitely rooted here, and if anything, I want to see us thrive, and so most importantly, this is a season for us just to get more, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually healthy. I truly believe they all are. As Dr. Shaq, shout out, because he's getting ready to get married on Friday. So excited for him.
Oh, wow.
Yep, he's
a lot of good
married.
stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's good. Congratulations, Shaq. Congratulations, Shaq. All right, we're going to go back to my music. I know Judge Pittman is doing a Facebook Live on his Facebook page addressing what he is calling some campaign. Rob, give me the correct term. What would you call it, Rob?
Smear campaigns.
Smear campaign is some
falsehoods and
falsehood. There you go. Yeah, there you go. So we live on radio, live on social media, and we don't do this too often. Generally we just live on radio, and then we might record stuff for social media. But we wanted to have you in because you're that dude, special, and the conversation you and Dave had was just some point. We need that.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it.
Let's work on ourselves. Let's work on ourselves, family, and support our young leaders like Pastor McCloud. Going back to my music, it's Afternoon Jams.
The wait is over. The all-new Umoja Radio Network, home to over 40 Black-owned radio stations and podcasts, is here for you. Connect to the world's fastest growing